back. If we're out of time, we're back on air apparently. Well, we're back on here. Don't know what happened there. Of course, we're back live here in the studio here. I'm going to have to read, of course, the segment for the third time here. For those people who didn't hear me very well, apparently it went completely off air. I can only apologise about that. Of course, yeah. For anyone watching on the replay, it will come back, of course, on air. And I can only really apologise to anyone. I have no idea why it went off air. So, of course, I repeat it for the third and last time here. It's practice makes perfect. It really is. So we have to just continue here. And, of course, a very good morning to you all if you are watching absolutely anywhere here. I won't go on for too long here, but I will read this last section here. I'm going to have to sort of piece it all together, aren't I? So it is Nick C with the latest with Nick C. Don't forget, of course, join us on TikTok, YouTube as in Touring With Us, X as in Twitter, and Instagram as in Touring With Us, and True Social, and any other platform that you tend to spot us. So let me see if I can actually, of course, see the stream. It should now display it live. It is live now. So, yeah, I'm trying to get it on the chat here, but it's not easy. I can't get on the chat. So, yeah, welcome along. Perhaps it's not on that sort of channel here. It's very weird. It's not even showing up. Are we still on air? That is the question. Sarah King, hello. A very good morning to you. Of course, thank you very much for showing up today. And, of course, yeah, it's the first time you've been actually on the chat. And, of course, I'm so glad that you're able to spot us here, because we can't actually be spotted on, well, I can't even spot myself on the channel here. I don't know what's been going on, but of course, yeah, I do apologise about that. And hopefully, if I, of course, lots of hi. You've commented on here. Well, yeah, Nicole has commented on her channel. Seems to be, of course, going off air very quickly. But, of course, if we do at any time come off air very quickly, then we'll come back on as soon as possible. We can only apologise for that happening. So, of course, when it shows the live, it's not showing any live, but, of course, I can't actually get it up on my phone, so I'm actually going to not bother for the time being. Of course, we've come off air for the time being. Oh right, you can't comment on the live. Oh right, okay. Somebody else can't comment on the live either. But of course, thank you very much for tuning in. If you are still tuning in here, we'll be here for a little bit here, having a chat with you people out there. I don't know why it cut off. I've got no idea behind all that. So please, if you do comment on our videos, keep them very constructive, because, you know, we want a happy place, happy community, a non-biased community, you know, where we have, of course, both sides of the argument, as long as it's not a general attack on the actual channel itself. So, yeah, it's great that people are now subscribing to us in a great way. We are not here to attack anyone here, not anyone personally. So what we are here for is for kindness, and of course a way to try and tackle the freedom of speech, which is missing in this world, you know, let alone the UK. So let me just read you this last segment, as I've been trying to read it to you and it went off air. For whatever reason, I do not know. So let's not go into the intimate details. In church but lonely. No one cares for my soul. People come to church looking for light and warmth. They want to know we care. Good preaching and good music may bring them in, but relationships that mature will keep them coming back. You can feel lonely in a crowd, even one that preaches love and has a greet your neighbour moment in every service. If we kept 10% of those who came through our church doors, we'd be in constant growth mode. You say, well, the Bible teaches that if a man would have friends, he must show himself to be friendly. True, but bring people with the wounds of their past, their struggles of their present, and the unspoken anxieties of their future. But what they want to know is, will you love me as I am if I don't fit your mould and change as quickly as you'd like me to? Often our right structure keeps that from happening. Okay? Pastor, if your greatest concern on Monday is, which has now passed us now, how many people did we have in church yesterday? Check your heart. You may be more concerned with your own image than meeting people's needs. Jesus told his disciples, I have called you friends. Many people are shy, distrusting, or hurting. Our mandate is to make friends out of them, not just bench warmers and financial contributors. The scripture says, bear one another's burdens, because a burden shared is a burden lightened. Many of those who come in church aren't looking for profound answers. They just want to feel cared for. And when that happens, they open up to God's love and miracles take place. What are you thinking inside your brains there as we talk about that? Miracles happen, of course, when, of course, they open up to God, or people open up to God. What are you thinking at that moment of time? Do you think a miracle is going to happen? Eh? So, something to think about, okay? And, of course, yeah, and it's obviously saying that you're not lonely in church. Of course, you have to sort of make friends, not disturbing or hurting ones, or that are shy. That sort of example. I hope, of course, it spreads a little bit of a warm message to you out there. I'm not trying to preach or anything like that. I'm not an actual priest, but of course I find it very, very fascinating. So yeah, yes, I can actually see what you say. We're back on here. We've had connection issues. We can only apologise about that. So yeah, we're gonna have to time that out. Remove. So yeah. I can actually see all the messages that we have been putting here. Please do reset your streams. Oh, it's frozen again. I don't know what's going on with the crashing. It's been crashing all night. I don't know what's happening. Okay. Are we back on now? Right. Did anyone hear that? We are back on now, ladies and gentlemen. Did anyone hear what I literally just said? We just reset the stream here, and I can only apologise to what has happened this evening here. I don't know whether, of course, you've heard any of the words that I've literally just said there. But I will repeat it for the last time. I'm not repeating any more today. It's because, you know, it's basically, of course, I read things so many times here. And, of course, I'm going to read it to you one more time here. And that is the last time, okay? In church but lonely. No one cares for my soul. Perhaps you can listen to this as well. And make your own mind up what you think. Okay? No one cares for my soul. People come into church looking for light and warmth. They want to know we care. Good preaching and music may bring them in, but relationships that nurture will keep them coming back. You can only feel lonely in a crowd, even one that preaches love and has a greet your neighbour moment in every service. If we kept 10% of those who came through our church doors, we'd be in constant growth mode. You say, well, the Bible teaches that if a man would have friends, he must show himself to be friendly. True. But people bring with them the wounds of their pasts and the struggles of their future. What they want to know is, will you love me as I am, even if I don't fit your mould and change as quickly as you'd like me to? Often our right structure keeps that from happening. Pastor, if your greatest concern is Monday, which is now gone, obviously, is how many people did we have in church yesterday? Check your heart. You may be more concerned with your own image than meeting people's needs. Jesus told his disciples, I have called you friends. Many people are shy, distrusting or hurting. Our mandate is to make friends out of them, not just the bench warmers and financial contributors. The scripture says, bear one another's burdens, because a burden shared is a burden lightened. Many of those who come into church aren't looking for profound answers. They just want to be cared for. When that happens, they open up to God's love and miracles take place. Alright, okay. Hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, people could actually hear that. Of course, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, I do hope and pray that you can actually hear that very segment at the end. What are you thinking at the end of that? Are you thinking warmth? And will it convince you to go back into church, you know, and not be as shy as you might well be? Could you tell us your opinion on that one? So leave us a comment down below, and then of course we can react off the back of that. Okay, so like I say, we apologise about going off air. Couple of times it's happened tonight, and of course let's hope it doesn't happen again when we go live again. We'll try it again tomorrow, but of course we might not be able to do it actually tomorrow. It might have to be Wednesday now. So yeah, we might do it in the morning and have a chat with you guys in the morning before we head off out. We'll have to wait and see how that progresses. Okay, we're going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. God bless to you all. Stay safe. And we'll leave you with, of course, a mega mix, actually. We'll play it to you now, in actual fact. So there you go. Back to back. Yeah, we're waiting for some music, and here it comes.
Monday, we work. Tuesday, keep on. Wednesday, go on. Tuesday, hold on. Friday, we're tired. Saturday, on Saturday, dance, dance. But on Saturday, go out. Go out. Go out. Go out. On Saturday, go out. Go out. Go out. Turn off the lights. Just feel the rhythm. And dance. Just dance. Just feel the rhythm and dance.
Back from outer space.
On Saturday,
Back from outer space. Feel force.
It is party time tonight. Everybody dance. Everybody dance.
on Saturday,
Everybody dance.
dance, dance.
Translation.
Everybody dance. On Saturday, everybody dance.
Horse.
It is party time tonight. Everybody dance. Everybody dance. Everybody dance.
Entering the next level. Entering the next level. Entering the next level. Entering the next level. Outer space. Outer space. Back from outer space. Back from outer space. Entering the next level. Entering the next level. Entering the next level. Entering the next level. Outer space. Outer space. Back from outer space. Back from outer space.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the actual, if I turn it down a little bit here so you can hear my voice a little bit, but the actual mega mix does actually, yes, the mega mix does continue on, but of course we don't want to bore you to death with it right this minute here. So yeah, do join us when we will have a bit more time playing the actual back-to-back mega mix. Okay, so thank you all for joining us here. We do apologise about our technical issues that we've had, and hopefully we can rectify what is going on for next time. Till next time, take care and stay safe. this is whilst, of course, people are now tuning in here. You adore church, absolutely. But did you hear my last segment about, of course, in church but lonely? Perhaps, of course, I can do that as an exclusive right now as the music is going here. Hopefully you can still hear me here. I'll turn the music down so that you can hear my voice at the same time here. So it comes from the word for today, written by Bob and Debbie Gass here. Much better if I actually do it when the music is playing, actually, in all honesty. So thank you very much for joining us here. I am back now. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate that. So yeah, spread the word about touring with us as usual. Of course, support us in any way to help us maintain this signal issue. I don't really know what was going on behind the scenes. It's nothing that I pressed here. It just went completely off signal. It might have been something to do with the Wi-Fi. I am not sure. Sometimes it needs resetting the Wi-Fi after a while. So yeah, we did reset it recently, and probably needs doing a couple of times because it probably gets stuck a little bit. But anyway, of course, in church but lonely. Okay, that's what I'm going to give the message across. Okay, as we listen to the music in the background. Right. Okay. So, in church but lonely, from the word for today, written by Bob and Debbie Gass from the United Christian Broadcasters, based in Stoke-on-Trent. Listen to the radio station. It is a Christian radio station for that sort of kind. Can you now hear me nice and clearly now, as I turned the actual background sound a little bit down? And this that you're seeing in the background is actually Julian mowing the lawn outside, and me using a special effect on the video, if you've actually noticed that. But yeah, that's how long it actually takes to actually mow a lawn. So you can see how he's doing it there. And the thing is, if you trip over the wire, it can be quite a health and safety issue. But anyway, going back to the segments here. Okay, as you hear the mixes blending on as a mega mix for Teddy J today, courtesy of EJ Music Software and Music 2000. People come into church looking for light and warmth. They want to know we care. Good preaching and music may bring them in, but relationships that mature will keep them coming back. You can feel lonely in a crowd, even one that preaches love and has a greet your neighbour moment in every service. If we kept 10% of those who came through our church doors, we'd be in constant growth mode. You say, well, the Bible teaches that a man would have friends. He must show himself to be friendly. True. But people bring with them the wounds of their past and the struggles of their present and the unspoken anxieties of their future. What they want to know is, will your love... Well, yeah, this is what they want to know. Will you love me as I am, even if I don't fit your mould and change as quickly as you'd like me to? Often our rigid structure keeps that from happening. Pastor, if your greatest concern on Monday, which is now gone, obviously a couple of days ago now, is how many people did we have in church yesterday, which obviously being a day before this one that we went out live today. Check your heart. You may be more concerned with your own image and of course meeting other people's needs. I'll repeat that once more. You may be concerned with your own image than meeting people's needs. Jesus told his disciples, I have called you friends. Many people are shy, disturbing, or distrusting is the right word actually, distrusting or hurting. Our mandate is to make friends out of them, not just a bench warmers and financial contributors. The scripture says, bear one another's burdens, because a burden shared is a burden lightened. Many of those who come into church aren't looking for profound answers. They just want to be feeling cared for. When that happens, they open up to God's love and miracles take place. I don't know what people are thinking right this minute about what I have just said. Sorry if I read it, of course, a little bit on the difficult side there. But of course it is late at night, and of course I have read it so many times, and I'm probably getting tongue-tied. Let me just talk you through, of course, what you're seeing right now, which is actually McDonald's of Great Yarmouth. Very similar to the one at, of course, Haverhill. At Hellions Bumpstead, or Bumpstead Road. Very close to that, isn't it? And that is the train station, which you can see there, and you can see Julian, of course, waiting for his train, or just got off the train, or waiting for me to stop filming. But of course, in that direction is Great Yarmouth from here, and you can see it is a two-track system of trains, one on each side. Sometimes the train will park on one side of the train station and one on the left-hand side, depending on where the train feels like it wants to park. You can see it was an overcast day that day. So this is the train station of Great Yarmouth. And this is a front bus view heading towards Cambridge from Haverhill. I've seen one of 1986 when the old bus route used to be every hour, and it used to be CAN bus. The old buses were very much a different sort of type of bus compared to the present. Obviously the past is always going to be different to the present. And this is the dual carriageway on the A1307. I remember the bus driver was Wayne at the time, and we are now heading into what is very dodgy on a 4G signal. It's called Abington. Remember where you see this. Friends and family says hello to Julian. So this is the country road leading up to Abington now. Of course, you would not get a signal down here, which is the reason why I managed to do a video through this. At the time, it was quite wet. You see there's new houses there, and that's Wayne, the driver there. I just managed to catch a glimpse of. I haven't seen him for like ages. He was the one that we met on a number 7 bus to Saffron Walden from Cambridge, and this is a modern kind of stagecoach bus you can see there, and you'll remember this for many years and centuries to come. Amazing, thank you very much indeed. And YouTube have still kept it up, that's the main thing. TikTok would delete all this, by the way. But yeah, that's the post office of Abington. And there's a pub on the right which we haven't actually checked out. I'd love to actually get out of the bus and walk through Abington myself. The 3 tons you can see there. I've never been actually in the pub for a long time. I have actually been in there once. That's the cricket field there, which of course is filled with cricketers in summer times. As the bus moves very, very slowly, you can see here. And this is a very hard junction to get out of here, if ever I see one. What a great view of a bus front seat view. Nothing wrong with it at all. Nothing dangerous about it. You can see a petrol station on the left there. There used to be one in Cambridge called the Shell, I think it was, at Hills Road. If you look at the video of the 1986 version compared to this one, and this is coming up to 4 Wentways. There is a slip road that takes you onto the Burger King and Greg's on that little walk area, but you have to walk to it. It's not like a bad walk actually. And drivers do take care when you're coming here and coming through this area, because it is kind of like a fast route. Well, it can be anyway. There has been some crashes on there, which we don't sort of like to encourage. Coming up to the roundabout, which has actually been a roundabout for many of years, since 1986. And there's a route that will take you into London, just to the left there on that sign there, London and Stansted Airport and Royston. And this is the 4 Wentways roundabout. I wonder what coach that is. I couldn't really see it from my view there. There used to be a dual carriageway here, by the way. Whoever was driving at this point was very good. They're all great drivers, by the way. There's no one better than each other. As long as they do their job and they're friendly to their customers, that's all I care about. And of course, this road here is still the A1307, which of course can be used by cars as well. And you can see how many people can get standing on the lower deck compared to the upper deck. Now this hill is the Wandlebury Hill. You can't see Wandlebury from the right hand side very well because it's covered by bushes. Apparently it's quite a haunted area, and you'd have to safely cross the road in order to get over to it. It'd be nice to do that in the summer, maybe next year, and do some videos around there, around the woods, and there'll be completely a lot of wows there. Sometimes they pick up passengers on the left hand side. And it's about 40 miles per hour zone there. Of course, it is reduced there. But people do tend to drive a little bit faster. And maybe they are caught on camera, I don't know. But you do get a fantastic view. Just don't blink for 1 second when you see this view. It's absolutely amazing when it's lovely weather. Obviously, it wasn't too bad on this day, but it has been better on sunnier days. Yep, showing the bus driver is concentrating well on the traffic, which is fantastic. They all do a marvellous job. I've got to say, I don't criticise any of them in particular. And it's nice to see the fields on the left hand side. They've always been there ever since. And the view of my area of Haverhill there. And of course that was Tesco's a minute ago. And this is Huntingdon. And this is Stevenage, just on the other side of the road here. And this is the train coming into Stevenage. The Sanford House in Huntingdon that you saw a minute ago in a quick clip there. And this is coming into Hitchin train station. Okay, just remember where you see this, because you might want to use this train in the future. And this now is in Stevenage, the Stevenage interchange, which has a cafe like this. The Oak. Is it the Oak Cafe? I can't really read that very well. That is the Wetherspoons, the standard. Yeah, I think it's called just the standard something anyway. But it's definitely the Wetherspoons here. And it's on the opposite side of where I was taking a photograph, and not far from that is the bus stop. And that's inside of the standard, Weatherspoons there, and that's the train that I was waiting for there. Lots of wows there. We are now in Newmarket now. You may recognise this. Sort of giving too much away now, aren't I? But yeah, which part of Newmarket is it? Let us know in the comments. Have you been to this section? So what I might actually do is do a slideshow of all the pictures that we have done for Touring With Us and do a sort of running commentary as I go. I must take a swivel of my Pepsi Max drink here. That's the classic barber shop there. We are coming in actually to what is called a precinct. There's one in Sudbury as well. And this is the Deep Blue fish and chip shop there. As I'm coming through here. It's quite an expensive one. There's also a takeaway and restaurant there. And you can even sit outside, look. You can see it's takeaway, and you can see the opening time's just about there. Up until 8 o'clock most nights. Quite early actually, and you can actually get a sailor's supper for £11.99. Quite useful actually. This song in the background actually reminds me of See No Green a little bit. And you can see, of course, our favourite person, Wayne, and his mother there, who met me in the town of Newmarket at that time. And this is the other side of the precinct, and that was, of course, the Guinness bus station there. And this is Claire, just outside the Bell Hotel. So yeah, it's back to me. How did that happen? Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, everyone that has joined in. It's been a marvellous treat that you have been watching us here. And of course, I might do another commentary. I just love doing them, actually, to say the least. I hope everyone's seen the stream now, and of course, you know, hopefully we get some more subscribers out of this. Each and every day we seem to get more subscribers, which is great. Come and have a look at our old videos, which we will piece together. Even the ones that got a huge amount of views. We need to bring back positive vibes to everyone here, and positive memories of when we first started out in 2019, the COVID times. But of course, yes, that was when we was all in lockdown, and we can literally, which hardly anyone talks about now, we had literally an hour to go out in the open air. Has it taught us anything whatsoever? That we must stick together. And of course, that is the only thing that we have got out of all this. You know, I did buy a lot of good things out of it. You know, I've got a music mixer and cameras and things like that. I did manage to get something out of the lockdown, but of course, you know, it's just one of those scenarios. But we are still going through dark times at the moment. With what is going on, lots of questions being asked, and of course, I would like to say this now before I do go, as we're on an extension here tonight. You know, Donald Trump news on X here. Very useful to know all this. If Donald Trump wins, illegals will be deported. That's illegal migrants, or of course asylum seekers. I don't know what they call them these days. If Donald Trump wins, that's if he wins, celebrities will leave or will be leaving America. And also, if Trump wins, J6 patriots will be released. And if Donald Trump wins, anybody found stealing or rigging the election will be in prison. How does that make you feel? Let us know in the comments on that one. And I've been speaking to a guy called Jack from America, and of course he's seen every message that I put here. And of course, yeah. He said, look, it's very sad, okay, what's happening with knife crime, okay, because I sent him the Knife Angel recently. Believe me, nobody talks about it like I do. We've got leaders who don't get it, who don't care. It's a disgrace, truly. We need strong leadership, folks. Tough on crime. People are hurting, communities are suffering, and it's because the leadership is weak. If I were in charge, I'd be dealing with this very, very differently. Trust me, that's what he said on that one. Yeah, I said keep fighting for this. Absolutely. Indeed. So, yeah, good on him. And, of course, Jack Posobiec, who is a SR editor of the Veteran Naval Intel Officer and also Catholic NYT best-selling author. So he is speaking the truth, it seems, on that one. And has he followed me? That is the question. Obviously he has. Obviously he wouldn't be able to message me, or I wouldn't be able to message him. Of course. So let's have a look at other messages here. I've got, of course, a message from here. Amazing videos. It's your end. I restarted my BT Hub. Amazing video. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I know you've enjoyed it. Really means a lot. So, are we still on it? Yeah, I think we are. So, yeah, don't know what happened before. Really, really don't know. I'll keep sort of stressing about it here. We were going to come off air earlier than this, but of course I thought I'd come on an extension here. For those people watching on replay, of course, we always appreciate it. And, yeah, it's really, really nice that people are watching late. And, of course, we are not making people fall asleep too much. I will have to do something off air very shortly, but I can't really do it in front of the TV screens. Somebody used the F word earlier, and I'm not going to, of course, repeat who that was. I think it was someone called Sarah King. When I say repeat who it was, I mean I'm not going to say too much about it. I just want to forget about it and move on. I did, of course, delete that comment that person said. We don't tolerate it, and I sent a message back to that person. If you're going to come on here, be sensible and understand we are a stream, and that does occasionally happen when, of course, internet is connected to your live stream, which means, of course, it can cut off at any time. It just shows that anything can be switched off at any time. So obviously we have to be careful what we say, but of course I don't think it's anything relevant to what we were saying or anything like that. So there we go. Why am I repeating myself? It's probably because it's a stuck screen. So there you go. I don't know really what happened there. I don't know. There we go. At least we got something on there. Right, okay. For those people who had an issue with our freezing of our pictures. Yeah. So anytime that happens, please go onto our other stream. It's very, very useful if you could do that. Of course, please go on to a stream that we will reset and start all over again. But unfortunately, that's always the way with something like this. It just happens to be our channel that does it. But, of course, we will try and not have that issue again. Excuse me. I beg your pardon. So, there you go. That's all I can say for now. And yeah, let's have it. Oh, we've got a new journalist that wants to introduce himself. I shared this on Twitter, as in X. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm an independent journalist on a mission to expose the deep-seated corruption and sleaze plaguing our government. I won't rest until Keir Starmer is out of the office. I've got to give him a thumbs up on that one. Follow me for regular hard-hitting exposes that they don't want you to see. Maybe he's a young guy here. And, of course, there's a picture of the guy here. You can go over to Twitter, as in X, to find that out. So, Dan Witten Outspoken Club is the place to be. Let's see what people are talking about on there. Oh dear. So, apologies about that. Greatest Britain. Rosie Duffield is the Greatest Britain for her resignation letter to Keir. In that letter, she said what a lot of us were thinking. The Union Jackass is the Labour Party. They are just bloody awful and worthy of repeated allocation to the UJ. Anna Ireland says on Dan Wotton Outspoken Club on X, so isn't someone running the federal government to act on this disaster? Good question. Yeah, and this disaster of course, something that's happening in Florida. I think a lot of floods and things like that are going on. So there we are. When can the truth ever be that bad? Someone has said apparently Starmer has taken out a super injunction to stop newspapers publishing the truth about him. You are making things worse, Starmer. We will find out in the end. So, is he on his last legs? So, when we talk about that, is he going to be thrown out of the office? And maybe a female is going to be in charge of the Labour Party to really sort this out, or is it going to go pear-shaped? We don't know whatsoever. But, like I say, we're going to say a huge thank you for watching tonight. It is ta-ta from us all here. Ta-ta, as we say on the trains. From all of us here, peace out, take care, and of course we hope to see you very much soon. Unfortunately, there's no coins to give away here on this sort of source, but it's not all about the money situation. I don't want to make things about money all of the time. I don't want to be thinking about it, you know. Occasionally I'll go back to TikTok, but of course I think we are back open on TikTok, so I'll have to definitely check that one out, see if I can go back on there, maybe in the morning for a half an hour or so. But in the meantime, of course, we will swap and change each other's channel. How great is that? From myself, Nick C, it's good night and a very good morning to you all. It is Tuesday, the 1st of October 2024. On the 8th of October is the anniversary of the passing of my dad for the first time, of course, because, for the first time we're celebrating. Well, we're not really celebrating, but of course we're sort of mourning the first time without our father, and of course it is quite traumatizing, and to say the least, his birthday would have been on the 8th of October. He would have been 1 year older than he would have been. And of course, yes, he passed away in February this year of 2024. So we will be sort of, thinking about those times. But until then, until the next time we go live, sleep tight and stay safe.